There aren't many people around today who can still crew a World War II tank, and one of the few places left where these skills are still taught is here at the Museum of the American GI. Each year, students from a lot of different places and different walks of life gather here to learn the nearly lost arts of gunnery, driving, and commanding these early ancestors of modern fighting vehicles. The school requires a pretty serious commitment. Not everyone makes it through the 3-weekend course. There's just nothing easy about a tank. You can lose all kinds of body parts by just climbing on it the wrong way. So lesson number 1 is learning to do it right. By their very nature, tanks are dangerous machines. After all, they were built for the sole purpose of hurting people. They're hot in the summer and cold in the winter. Inside, they're real tight and uncomfortable. Definitely not a place for anybody with even a hint of claustrophobia. Tank gunnery is the fine art of loading the rounds, traversing the turret, sighting and firing the main gun. And if you want to be around to do it more than once, well, you need to do it faster than the guys in the enemy tank you're shooting at. Now, there is really nothing which prepares a person for learning how to drive a tank. It's very physical and just plain different. Unlike tanks of today, these steer with levers, and most have manual transmissions and very heavy clutches. 30 tons of rolling steel takes a long time to stop, and it's guaranteed to do a whole lot of damage to whatever or whoever gets in the way. So safety here is always a major concern. The driver is crammed into a tiny compartment surrounded by heavy steel, which is a place he's very fond of once the shooting starts, but he just doesn't see a lot of what's going on outside. His eyes are either the tank commander's voice over his intercom or a ground guide. The golden rule is no tank ever moves without one or the other. Students here make more than just a commitment to learn about tanks. They commit to becoming tankers. By week 3, they must have purchased their own totally correct World War II tanker uniforms, boots, and helmets. And about then, they not only begin to look more like tankers, they start acting more like them too. It's all about teamwork, working together, trusting their fellow crew members, and being ready to take over their job at a moment's notice. And above all, it's about taking care of their tank. Because in combat, the tank is the only thing keeping them alive, and a World War II tank averages 3 hours of maintenance for every hour it runs. So the crew must learn to maintain as well as operate. And that doesn't leave much time for sleep. All right, Sergeant Maloney, you got these people through tank school. You got them in the tanks and they're here. Are they ready?
They are ready.
You take them into combat without a second's hesitation, right?
That is correct. They know what they're doing.
All right. Well, we'll lock and load and go get them.
That we will. Roger that.
The culmination of tank school is the museum's open house, which takes place each March and hosts one of the largest tank battles and reenactments in the country. And the tankers are the stars of the show.